macroscopic scale exposes the chip makers to a major problem. When a transistor is only 1/10,000th of a millimeter across, the smallest particle of dust is enough to cause an electronic train wreck. So before staff like Dane Bailey set to work in the fab, it's on with the bunny suit.
Wafer fab stands for wafer fabrication. We build the chips here. We start with the bare silicon wafer. We run through a multitude of different processing steps. For our general product that we make here, a DSP, typically takes on the order of about 1,500 individual processing steps from start to finish.
With an area of just under 18,000 square meters, the fab is a Class 1 clean room. Thanks to 12,000 tons of air conditioning equipment, the air is 1,000 times cleaner than a hospital operating theatre.
There's actually less than 100 particles per cubic foot of air. As few as one particle landing on a critical area can kill a chip.
To give you an idea how clean this room is, walking alone produces 5 million particles every minute. So, to avoid contamination from the inadvertently dusty staff, front-opening unified pods, or FOUPs, ferry packets of wafers through the intricate process of component construction. The key problem is miniaturizing the complex designs and imprinting them on the wafers. It's done through a process known as photolithography. First, the wafer is coated with photosensitive chemicals, which harden when exposed to UV light. In sealed darkrooms, light is shone through an image of the design, then through a miniaturizing lens and onto the coated wafer. When the chemical is washed off, the design remains, just like a developed photographic image. But in order to pack all the components onto the wafer, they're built up layer by layer, like floors in a miniature skyscraper. So to complete the job, the FOUPs cycle the wafers up to 40 times, repeating the photo-etching process for each new layer. Some layers are cooked, some blasted with ionized plasma, some bathed in metals. Each different type of treatment changes the properties for that layer and slowly forms part of the jigsaw making up the chip's design. The finished sheets of silicon wafer carry up to 1,000 individual microchips and over 4,000 billion circuit elements. All that remains is to slice and dice, and the journey from sand to circuit board is complete. What was once a worthless pile of sand can now change hands for more than $17,000 a gram and calculate pi to 1,000 decimal places in the blink of an eye. Metaphysical poet William Blake reckoned he could see a world in a grain of sand. But if he were to look again now, he would surely be even more amazed to discover 1 billion tiny transistors.